Hi, welcome to Relax and Paint, and I'm thrilled to be getting into the holiday season. No matter when you watch this, Magnolia is a pretty flower to paint, and you can paint it year round. So I want to come in, and this is one of my 50 flowers in the A to Z teaching guides, and those are right on my website, onestroke.com, which is A to Z beginner floral painting, and there's 50 different flowers, and this is the magnolia. And so when there's a free video to watch when with me after you purchase the kit on each one of the 50 flowers. So I thought I'd start with the magnolia. It's a fun way to get started at this season, where I'm going to put, look at this, I'm going to put some berries and some evergreens, and this could be the first painting you've ever do, and it's a great greeting card. You can frame it on this art paper. It's a 184 pound multimedia painting pad. And so this is a gray tone. I get blue tones and tans and blacks and all kinds of different paper that's thick enough that it won't wrinkle up. Okay, that's the goal. All right, so I am going to put one on an ornament while we're painting too. How does that sound? All right, so come on back in just a second and we will start painting. Okay, guys, so we are going to just look at this reusable teaching guide. It's got UV coating on it, so we literally can paint right on here. I'm going to use this 3/4 inch flat brush, and I can come in here and just put a little bit of cream or a little bit of a light brown tone, and I can work this color in with the white. Okay, and I'm working, and you can just use a light gray. There's all kinds of colors. I used a darker brown on that one, but I want it to be just like this is the burnt umber, but I want it to be a little bit lighter than this. And then I'm going to have some pink petals. So I wet the brush first. I lay it on the paper towel. I get the excess water out of it, and then I do use a medium if I'm working on the paper. All right, so what you do is you just lay your brush here first and see if you're getting that shading. And then you practice on my petals. And I do this with you. I show you how to load the brush on each one of these. I actually use a double loader to help you. And that's on my website too if you want to check that out. All right. And you practice that, and then you're just going to follow these strokes, and then you're going to have a flower. Okay. But because our paint's multi-surface paint, and it will stay on glass, metal, ceramic. It's got a sealer in it, and this is what it looks like right here. Multi-surface paint. So it's folk art. The company's Plaid. It's folk art paint. It's got a satin finish, and it's got a sealer in it. So when you're through painting, you don't have to go back and seal it with anything. It stays really beautifully. Okay. So that's what I want to share with you. You've painted on this, you have it right in front of you, or you go watch the free lesson with me um, doing it. All right. And so now we're going to be ready. You can trace this pattern and put this pattern on, but I want to show you that if you go petal by petal, just with me right now, we're going to come up here, and we can do this any size depending on what size brush you use. So I can use a 12 that's in that kit, or you can use all the other size brushes I have in my sets of brushes, okay? These are one-stroke brushes, so they are made a little bit longer than most brushes that say 3/4. All right. We also have to use a quality paint that's got a thickness to it, and that makes one stroke painting work. Okay. So now I'm doing the back petals. Now I haven't had to use the medium yet. So I want you to see them coming here. And then look, if I push down and I lean it in, it will make the petal look like it turns a little bit. All right. I'm going to bring this basin and hold it up a little bit so you don't have a glare. All right. So we're going to come back in here, and I'm going to, let's get a little bit of red because I want it pink. All right. Some of them, and the pink's usually on the underneath side. So I want to come up here and I want to watch the white. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to roll that brush. Can you see that? And that, where you rolled it there, it makes it look like it's curved here. All right. Now what happens in here in the middle, I'm going to come and we could even make berry wine and cream. All right. So I can come right in here and make a little pod for the center of the magnolia. It's usually like a brown and rusty looking pod. It depends on which kind of magnolia. There's all kinds. So this is linen and berry wine. Okay. And I do lots of magnolias for in borders around people's kitchens, on the walls, on their canisters to match, on aprons, t-shirts. There's so many things. And I am going to show you how I put it on an ornament. Okay, so how I'm going to turn that. Now it makes it look elegant with some pretty colors, but see how much paint I'm working it, working it, working it. I want lots of paint on that brush. All right, do not starve this brush for paint. Okay, and so watch the outside. Watch that roll up. Okay, and I'm going to keep going. And it's usually underneath, but I'm going to go ahead and just make this one come down. Oops, I was supposed to put the branch underneath and I forgot. That's okay. All right, now I'm going to do a bud, which is just a few petals that are smaller. All right, and here, but now look what I do. I'm going to turn this over. All right. All right, and then I can come over here and put a few little strokes like it's a little bud coming up there. All right, now I'm going to come in here with brown because I forgot. All right, so we're going to work it in. And I'm going to get a little medium and a little bit of linen. Okay, so I'm going to come under here and make it look like. All right, so all right, I'm not going to do a magnolia leaf on those, even though it is on the guide, because what I'm going to do is do evergreen or pine needles because I want it to be a Christmas magnolia. Okay, so I can come there, I can put a little bit of white in here. Okay, all right. Now, so see, they're different. I'm going to put some treasure gold in some of that. But then what I want you to see is I want to use an angle brush because if you're having a hard time getting points with your, like doing a leaf and standing up on an edge, I'm going to show you. Um, where's my 12? I'm going to go back and show you this holly. Okay, so we're going to come down with the thicket and citrus. Okay, work it, work it, work it. All right. And I'm going to put a little bit of white, a little bit more white. Oops, too much. Okay. Now, what I want you to see is that I can come right in here and do an arrow. Now, I'm going to come right from there and I'm going up to a point, come down, scoop, point, point, point. And I'm heading in the direction that to the point of the holly. Okay, so look at this. I'm going to go down a little bit more. All right, so instead of that line, I'm going to come out here and make it wider. They come in the middle, lift up, come in the middle, lift up, come in the middle, and there we go. And then in that wet paint, you're going to slide the stem up in there. Okay. Now, they came back later and put a little bit of pink on the leaf. All right. Point, point, point. There. Now, okay, I can just work it in there. Pull the stem right in the middle. Okay. Now I'm gonna come in here with the angle brush now and show you some little tricks. Okay, I want some white in there and I'm gonna dip, watch this, I'm gonna dip into the medium right there and a little bit of white over here. Okay, so look what happens. I'm gonna come right in here and I can grab some thicket and make it a little bit darker. All right, and I'm gonna put some berries in here too. Right? See, I have some white on here and some thicket. All right. So think about this. You can make all kinds of fun projects and ornaments. And I just like, I'll do like 70 for church during the Christmas time on some small ornaments. So every family, and I date them so they can look at their tree when they put them up and they go, that was from Sister Dewberry. She painted those for our family. Okay, so there we are. That gives you about the same thing that I was doing. But now what I want to show you is I can just a little bit use your heat pen and dry it, but we're wet on wet, so we don't really have to. But just if I want to put the berries there and I don't want them all green and I want to keep going. All right, so I have these 5-piece daubers. You get two big ones and three of the small ones, and I make all the eyes on Santa and animals and all. And with those, because I have the iris and the pupil colors, but I want you to see this. I'm going to come in here with red and maybe grab a little bit of berry wine. So you have two colors. All right, so I'm going to come and do the little touch and twist, twist, twist. Okay, so red, a little bit of berry wine, and I also put three of those holly together and put them on Santa caps and all, just that easy. So it takes a little bit of practice, but if you spend an hour, you're going to come out of that hour and go, oh my goodness, that was not near as hard as I thought it was going to be. All right, so there we are. And then I like to sometimes come in here with a little bit of white and work that in. And then I can just touch, touch, touch each one with the white up, and I can put little glares on each one of those. Look, so I touch, work it in, and then hit it at the same spot each time. I didn't get that at the same spot. Okay. Ah, there we go. And these are very inexpensive. You get 5 of them. And those are all on my site also, guys. All right. You can always use the kiss tool. This is a white called a wipe away tool, but it looks like a candy kiss. And you can come in here and just dot. And I do these on blueberries out. So it's supposed to be like the glares right there. But I also want to show you that I use some treasure gold. Where is mine? All right. treasure gold. And this is a well-used, I've used this palette all week, so excuse me. So I want you to see that I come in here and make twigs coming out of here of treasure gold. All right. And you just drag it behind you. I also like to come in here in the center and put some gold in here to make it a little bit more elegant. All right, but look, all through here, and you pull it away, okay? You can also grab these berries and have them attached by the gold. All right. All right, so look. And you can thin this out if you want, but I just, at any time, I was saying this the other day, at any time you could quit, you don't have to do every bit of what I put on here because just the magnolias and a little bit of this or that on here is enough. But if you want more, you can come in here and do more. Okay, so look how I did this. And look how I did this, all right? So I also took the handle, maybe this handle, the crystal's better. Here, it's a nice size. So you got to go fresh paint. You can't go paint that's partly dry. Many people do that. That doesn't work. I have to get on to them and say, stop that. Go pick fresh paint and make dip dots. All right, so having some of those in here, and I can also have them all down around the base of this. All right, now look, 1, 2, 3, and the other thing with dip dots is 1. All right, look, 1, 2, 3, and as you go out, they get smaller. All right, so can you see? And sign it and share it or make it little, all you do is use smaller brushes as you're making it little, okay? So you know what? Come look at my practice stroke this week and I will paint these on the ornaments because I took longer than I wanted to. But I will have some ornaments, so we'll paint them together. So maybe you could grab some ornaments and we'll paint them together on Friday. All right? Thank you. See you next time. Bye-bye.